Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michel van Dartel. I'm a curator at V2, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this closing event of Data in the 21st Century, a manifestation that tries to instigate a more nuanced debate about our relationship to data. And what I mean by more nuanced is that up till now it seems that this debate around data has been taken up by two extreme camps. The utopians that will tell you that if we just feed the system of data enough data, it will solve all our problems for us. We will be able to design the world according to the predictions that the data will make, and we'll live happily ever after. The dystopians, of course, sketch a completely different image, that of such a system being the ultimate prison on Earth. It's always kind of hard to choose between these two positions, and that's also why the debate around data sort of stagnates a lot. So we decided to take a slightly more humble entry point into this discussion by zooming in on a few friction points between this realm of data, which is quantified and absolute, and this world that we live in, which is unstable, unpredictable, and maybe also too messy to capture in data. And we invited a lot of artists to reflect on a few of these concrete points of friction. 6 of which you'll see, or you have seen already in the exhibition next door. We're going to return to the exhibition after this closing event for a final drink in the exhibition. But there were also 2 commissions that went out to artists to reflect on this matter through a performance. One of which was brought to us in the opening event by Leen Yu and de Bakeren, who presented a reenactment of Norbert Wiener to basically remind us of Norbert Wiener's famous words that our relationship to machines is a double-edged or two-edged sword between freedom and control. After that reenactment, our opening speaker, Vinay Gupta, took over to basically give us a current state of affairs of our relationship to data. And he gave the incredible example of dating algorithms. According to Vinay, dating algorithms are now good for about 10 to 15% of the new babies being born. In other words, 10 to 15% of the new genetic combinations are being designed by people that make dating apps. And of course, the whole audience was shocked when he presented these figures, but then he created a nice nuance to it, bringing in the comparison to our current model of combining genetics in bringing spouses together. And we refer to that as beers and discos. And of course, when you see it in that perspective, you can have a more nuanced discussion around our relationship to data and be sort of more true to what we really think of this relationship right now and where we want it to go. Much more productive than speaking in utopian or dystopian terms, we thought. So with that, Vinay Gupta really set a tone for a discussion we've been having ever since just before Christmas when we kicked off this manifestation. And we've had that discussion with, of course, a lot of visitors in the exhibitions, all kinds of visitors, including many students who then took some of that discussion back into their classrooms. We also spoke about certain sub-questions in this manifestation with a bunch of experts in smaller expert meetings. We also are in the process of talking to a lot of partners in the city of Rotterdam to discuss what all of this actually means for how we want to design our city and our urban environments. And also the manifestation kicked off an interesting conversation with writer Douglas Coupland, with whom we'll be publishing a few of his thoughts on the topic in May. And this will be presented as part of what we've been calling the Futurosity Summit, which basically is the culmination of a collaboration between V2 and a few of the partners in the Witte de Wit Cultural Quarter around this notion of futurosity of Douglas Coupland. So basically I'm saying we're closing the manifestation here tonight, but we're definitely not, we're definitely going to continue the discussion on our relationship to data after this. To close this manifestation, however, we have something awesome for you to close it with. Of course, we were supposed to have keynote speaker Lev Manovic here tonight, who unfortunately couldn't make it as he's ill in New York right now. But nevertheless, we have something quite extraordinary for you. The other commissioned performance for data in the 21st century, which is a world premiere, which you're going to witness, of a participatory game show with cash prizes. I would like to have a big hand for Max Dovey and Manetta Berends' new performance, H.I.T.
We're living at an extraordinary time. We are putting computing into everything. Technology is going into every product. Some call it the digital revolution, some call it the planet becoming smarter. What's really happening here? This is going to transform, to change how we live and how we work. Work.
Coming at you live from Worm in Rotterdam in association with V2, the Institute for Unstable Media, we proudly present H.I.T, the world's first automated game show. Two teams compete to create the best algorithm, putting the competition into cognitive labor, turning big data into cash prizes. Stay tuned for another episode of H.I.T. In tonight's show, we will be looking at image recognition and challenging two teams to create their own computer vision application. With the widespread use of surveillance cameras and CCTV technology, computer vision has advanced. Image recognition software is now able to recognize things such as faces, animals, objects, and even emotions. Image recognition software harnesses a vast amount of online data to produce powerful libraries of visual information. In tonight's show, we'll be revealing the real workers behind this specialist software and recognizing the ordinary people that make these extraordinary algorithms. Woo! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I am your very ordinary host, Max Dovey, and you are my extraordinary audience. It is marvelous to see so many people here for the world premiere of H.I.T, the only show that looks at the meaning of work in the world of automation. Here at H.I.T, we like to look at the work that goes into creating automated applications. We like to look at the different types of labor, paid labor, unpaid labor, cognitive, material, physical, that contribute to some of the world's leading technology. And we do that by creating our own applications. And that's exactly what we're going to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen. As you just heard, the aim of the game this evening is for two teams to create their own image recognition application. I thought you'd say that. We're going to do that by simulating the exact same process of some of the world's leading image tagging applications. You won't be alone during this process. I will be your host and I will assist you through each round of hits. And I'm sure that some of you are a little bit disappointed that Mr. Lev Manovich can't be with us this evening. So I made a very special arrangement. We are very fortunate to be joined by a distinguished professor in digital media and culture from the University of the West of England, the Prof from above. He will be giving his thoughts and comments after every round, and ultimately decide on tonight's winners. So just to clarify, the aim of the game this evening is for two teams to create their own image recognition application. However, that would be a little bit too simple, and we like to focus on work. So, the aim of the game is for your team to create an image recognition application that can identify when a person is working and what kind of work they're doing. I thought you'd say that too. So, without much further ado, let's introduce the two teams, okay? Now, I'm going to draw a line from here right down the middle of the audience, okay? Everybody so there's 4 seats in, right? We're dividing that in half. This side, you are Team A. Say hello, Team A. And this side, you are Team B. Team B meet Team A meet Team B. So you'll both be competing against each other this evening. We're going to play 3 rounds of hits. For each round, you need a player to represent your team. So this is where the participatory element comes in. We are going to need 3 players from Team A and 3 players from Team B. Now, I know you might be feeling a bit shy or not confident, or maybe you've never made an image recognition application before. Don't be alarmed. You'll be assisted the whole way. You'll be hidden by these screens, so you can do it in private. And there are cash prizes. So, when you're feeling confident enough, please come and join me on the stage. Team B, we need 3 players here, and Team A, we need 3 players on this side. Qualifications, it helps if you've heard of a computer, if you can use a mouse, a USB mouse, and if you can type, that would really help too. So, who's going to play for Team A? Can I see any hands? Any hands? Thank you very much. Come join me on stage. Give a round of applause. Any more, if you'd like to take a seat on your player's bench. Any more players for Team A? Yes, please come down. Thank you. One more player for Team A. Very good, thank you very much. Now, Team B, you see what you're up against? 3 players, please. Thank you very much. Sir there, yes, come down. Yes, we've got a player here. If you'd like to take a seat there. So you're on Team A. Team B, yeah, very good, very good. Team B needs one more player. One more player. So computers, typing, yes, very good. Thank you, ma'am. I'll give a hand of applause. So, these 2 players will represent Team A and Team B. It's great to meet you both. We're going to learn much more about you as the show goes on. I'm sure you're just as excited as I am. So, we've established the teams. Now, let's introduce the first round of hits. Woo!
Flickr is a platform for hosting digital images. It was launched in 2004 and has over 87 million users worldwide, with over 6 million images online. In 2015, Flickr released an auto-tagging feature and applied it to all of their photographs. This application would automatically tag every user's photograph to help all search engine optimization. But it was not always that accurate. Although Flickr users complained about the friendly Flickr bot incorrectly labeling their images, the only way to correct the auto-tagging application is to manually delete the incorrect labels.
So, as you heard it from our very deep-sounding Flickr user, we need a Flickr user from Team A and Team B. It helps if you're good with images and clicking with a mouse. Those are the 2 skills required. Do you feel like you're up for that? Yeah, you think you can do that? Okay. You prefer Instagram? I thought you'd say that. That'll come in later. If you'd like to join me behind the screen. And Team B, yeah? Images? Yeah? Please take your seat, Player Team B. So, the aim of task 1 is to download as many images that depict work as possible. You have 3 minutes to go through as many images on the Flickr database as possible. Oh, and you've already started. Eager. Okay, we're off. An unexpected start from Team B. Really eager to play there. We're underway. So you've got 2 buttons, labor or no labor. They're off to a flying start. Team B already has 6 images that will form their data set for their image recognition application. Now, as you can see, all these images aren't strictly related to the term work or labor, although they all came up under search results on the Flickr database for work. It's the Flickr user's task to identify images that are related to this search time. And Team B is being very all-encompassing with their definition of labor. So the reason why we're doing this on Flickr, as the player on Team A said she prefers Instagram, Flickr isn't even the largest image hosting platform online. However, the Flickr users are often camera enthusiasts and use big digital SLR cameras with quite high quality lenses. This produces high resolution images. So the first place you go to when trying to download a dataset for an image recognition application is Flickr. Let's check in with our players, see how they're getting on. How are you getting on, Team A?
Yeah. And try to figure out.
Is the interface simple enough for you?
No.
The interface isn't simple enough. We'll work on that for the next round. Team B, how are you doing?
Pretty damn good, I think.
35 images of labor here. I mean...
35, you say?
So obviously, you want to have as many images as possible because that'll produce a more accurate algorithm. The bigger the data, the better the algorithm. But you don't want to download any pictures that aren't associated with labor, okay? Because then that'll produce bad data and your algorithm will misidentify when a person's working or not working. V2 there. We're in the last 5 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give it a round of applause. Team B, I think you hit 56 there. 56 images. If you'd like to come out from your screen. Good job, good job. What's your name?
Clyde.
Clyde. And how did you find that, Clyde?
How do I find what?
How did you find...
Yeah. It was kind of stressful, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, and really confusing. I wasn't exactly sure what my objective up there was, but I think I was a little click happy, but how was it for you guys?
I think they enjoyed it, yeah. 56 images. He's got a pretty large data set. Congratulations. Yeah, take a seat. And Team A, how did you enjoy that?
I feel like I'm so objective with it. I'm not sure with it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be assertive with these images.
Yeah, you don't want to be too subjective.
Yeah.
It's also, it's hard to tell. Did you find that all the images were related to labor or only some?
I mean, it's up to me.
It is up to you.
Right?
But you got 49 on this side, right? So if you'd like to take a seat, thank you very much. Now, give a round of applause. So, I know I mentioned that cash prizes will be rewarded after every round, right? However, the Flickr is a free service, it's a free platform, and the users do this work for free by categorizing and deleting their images, okay? So, unfortunately, I can't give you any money for this round, but I promise you the next round, there'll be big cash prizes, okay? Don't feel disheartened. Professor, digital media. Can you give you any thoughts on the Flickr user and their role in the development of image recognition applications?
The production of too many useful things results in too many useless people.
Quite. He's not saying that about you. He just means generally, you know. Okay, that's the prof. Insightful as always. Right, so who's ready for round 2? I asked a good friend of mine, Terry Lamb, to tell us a little bit more about round 2. Hit it away, Terry.
Today I'd like to introduce you to one of my secret weapons, and it's called Amazon Mechanical Turk. Yes, it is by the company Amazon.com, and as Amazon calls it, it's a scalable workforce. You can also consider this an outsourcing option for your business, or you can do the concept of get results, and that's what I'm talking about. Get results by literally creating a task and getting up to millions of workers doing the task that you want done. Literally, if you can think of it, you can do it. And I'll give you a few examples as we go. But the first concept is, when you create a human intelligence task, there are really no limitations. If they can do it on the web, if they can use software or word processing, whatever they can do, whatever you need, they can do it. Essentially, you put a few dollars inside of your account, you create your task, and you get results. So you'll find Amazon Mechanical Turk at mturk.com, or you can just go to Google and do a search for Amazon Mechanical Turk. That's T-U-R-K. You'll find exactly what you need, and it's an absolute masterful way to outsource those things that you need to do on a regular basis in your business.
Thank you, Terry Lamb. As he says, it's a masterful way to outsource the things you need to do in your business. And what we need to do is annotate those images that were downloaded by the Flickr user. Okay? So this is the basis of our image recognition application vocabulary. These words will become the foundation for identifying images in the final round. Okay? So who feels like they can be the Mechanical Turk in this round? It's going to involve a lot of typing. It involves describing what's going on in each one of those pictures, describing the type of work that's being done as objectively as possible. Yeah? Okay. Step right up and head behind the screen. We've got another contestant. Team A, always confident. Team B, yeah. So, Team B, take a seat. So the aim of the game is to annotate as many of the images that were downloaded by the Flickr user in 5 minutes. Now, please try and use correct spelling. English language is preferred. And try and give us concrete descriptions of what's inside the image. We don't want a caption that describes the mood or the feeling or any abstract terms. We want concrete descriptions. That way, our image recognition application will be as objective as possible. Is that clear to you guys? So if you're ready, 3, 2, 1, let's play hits. Team A is off again to a great start. Spelling a little bit off there, but I'm sure it will improve over time. Capitals, that helps. So you're looking to describe the type of work that's being depicted in the image. A mug. Team B is going for a very conceptual algorithm at the end of the show. They've got the same image trying to take at the moment. Let's see how they do it very differently. Soldiers marching. Now, the reason why we're doing this on Amazon's Mechanical Turk, it's the cheapest way to get big data processed by outsourced workers. The average income for a Mechanical Turk worker is about $2 an hour. And although a lot of the Mechanical Turkers are based in America, many are based in India. Most of them do around 8 to 20 hours work a day. They'll often have multiple screens with many tabs open to do as many hits as possible to earn as much cash as possible. Let's check in with Team A. Team A, how are you doing?
Delightful.
Yeah?
I'm having a great time.
She's having a great time, ladies and gentlemen. Team B, how are you doing?
Not sure I get it.
He's not sure he gets it. Well, nine images on Team A over here, and 24 for Team B. You're going to have a really powerful algorithm tonight. Good job on the spelling there, Team B. As Team A, what do you think about your progress at the moment? You're about a third of the way behind. Team A, they're cheering you on. Putin-like man posing for camera. I hope Putin comes off in the face-off in the final round. You're going to definitely win. Have you finished? Oh, hit enter. That's quite a conceptual one. Okay. Well, Team B have done all their images ahead of time. That's never happened before. Team B are really rocking it. Large data, big data sets being produced right here. So now everyone's watching Team A. No pressure. You're doing a great job. And accuracy will win at the end of the show, you know? It's not about how much images you have. It's about the descriptions and how accurate they are. Yeah, you will get repetitions. It's a very repetitive job being a Mechanical Turker. I think you're just showing off now, Team A. So I should talk a little bit about how much you've earned. So I said that it was $2 an hour on average for a Mechanical Turker, right? Well, the normal payout for image annotation is 0.02 cent per image. Okay? So we're giving 5 cents per 10 images. Yeah? So how many did you get? True, I should know. What was he at? Was he at 24? Okay. So that means you're going to get 12 cents. Cash prizes, cash prizes. But it's not all about the money, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, it's about the accuracy. 3, 2, 1. Team A, time is up. Congratulations there. So how did you, I'd like to ask you maybe how you found it, if you...
A bit stressful and highly objective. It was very easy to be very objective, you know. I think I interpreted these images like a computer.
Really? Okay, good. You adopted the mind of a computer. That will definitely pay off later. And Team B, if you'd like to come join me. You got through all your images at an astonishing rate.
I think I might have misunderstood the aim of the game, but it's good to finish first.
So do you think it's always good to finish first. Are you concerned about the performance of your algorithm?
Yes. Yeah. It'd be awful.
Well, if it doesn't work out quite as expected, you know who to blame. But anyway, let me pay you some money. There are the cash prizes. There's your money cup. Here's your money cup. Yeah, I'm bringing the money. All right, calm down. So you were like 44 cents, right? I saw. Yeah. Okay. There you go. I'll count that out later. Yeah? What are you going to spend the money on?
Sweets.
Sweets. 1 penny sweets. So, after that exciting round, and somewhat difficult round, we move on to the penultimate third round of hits. Now, we've got our images. They've been annotated by our Mechanical Turk, so we've got our images and we've got our text. And the next round is about combining that. Okay? So let's find out a little bit more about task 3.
Hi, I'm Ben, one of the developers at Flickr. Here at Flickr we have billions of images. Our aim is to make it easier to search and find related images. To achieve this, we are developing the latest image tagging applications to accurately identify and categorize your images. Auto-tagging makes use of large image datasets and textual annotation to recognize and identify objects and images. When creating image tagging applications, we select our images from 6 different Flickr groups, and tend to avoid any well-known people or locations. Each image has a sentence description of on average 11 words, and over 40% of the words are common verbs. By extracting the common verbs, the doing words, we can build a corpus of human activity. This index can be quickly referenced when our platform processes an image to correctly identify and label the activity depicted within the image. It is our job to extract the verbs so that the image tagging application can correctly identify the activity in the picture.
There you have it. Ben from Flickr describing the technical details of creating an image tagging application. So up until this point, we have been following the exact same process that was done to create the Flickr auto tagging application. But this is where we're going to deviate slightly. The third round needs a developer, a programmer. And their job is to categorize the sentences that were written by the Mechanical Turk into 3 distinct categories. And we've made this a little bit easier for you, because obviously there's a wide variety of different types of work in the image. So we've narrowed it down to 3 categories, okay, that you're going to have to categorize. The first one is unskilled labor. That's characterized by low wages, kind of poor education or no higher education, not poor education, but no university or bachelor's, you know. Then we have skilled labor. I don't want to talk down unskilled labor, it's very good. Unskilled labor, there's also skilled labor. Skilled labor is the kind of opposite. You have high wages and a master's or a bachelor or a PhD or a specialist. But I don't want to tell you too much about it. The third is automation. And that involves little human intervention. Okay, so you've got these 3 different types: skilled, unskilled, and automated. The developer will have to categorize each sentence description into one of these 3 kinds of labor. And I guess it's only the third players left. Step right up. Lots of playing behind the screen. So this task is quite text-heavy. It's quite labor-intensive. You only have a minute, okay? So you have a minute to categorize each sentence into a division of labor: skilled, unskilled, and automated. should we press enter and go to the start screen? Okay. Are you ready, Team A? Yeah? You're going to be shown 3 buttons once you press start. No, on the computer screen. And you just use the mouse to click on one of the buttons to categorize the sentence into a type of labor. Skilled, unskilled, and automated. Okay, we've got 1 minute, starting at 3, 2, 1. Let's play hits. So, bottles in fridger. What is that, unskilled, automated, or skilled? Wow, Team B really quick again, off the mark. With these basic tags, it's quite easy to categorize. Man on phone, is that skilled or unskilled? Mug, definitely automated. Idiot, unskilled, of course. Some kind of jumping must be skilled. City, woman swimming. Science is skilled, Messi is unskilled. She's got it, she's got the hang of it. So I know it seems a bit unfair not to show the images, but programmers often work with pure text, so it saves on memory and storage. Soldiers marching. Man with laptop looking into lens, man with laptop and mobile. These descriptions are excellent. Okay, we're in the last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Give them a round of applause. How did you think you did there?
All right.
You got 19 sentence descriptions categorized. I think so. That's pretty good. And Team B. How could I forget? How many images did Team B do? Jaws of the scores? Team B? 21. Very good, very good. How did you find that?
Yeah, it was very exciting. My team players, they did a good job before.
Really?
It was very easy.
So you'd say you'd had good data?
Yeah, very good data.
Well, hats off, great data. Can't go wrong. So, time to pay out some money. Although it's speculative how much a developer at Flickr gets paid, the average Silicon Valley wage is $60,000 a year upwards. So, we just boiled it down to around 10 cents per description, yeah? Because that kind of works out, right? It only took you a minute. So, where's your jackpot? Guys, don't leave your money lying around. Okay, there you go, fill that up. No. Okay. So, all 3 rounds of hits have now been played. Let's ask what the prof thought about that round.
We should not say that one man's hour is worth another man's hour, but rather that one man during an hour is worth just as much as another man during an hour. Time is everything. Man is nothing. He is at the most time's carcass.
Okay. Something to think about there. Getting paid so much for your wage, just for a minute. I think that's what he was referring to, right? Interpret it as you will. It's the professor. So, your algorithms have now been made. You had your images that were downloaded. You annotated your images. You then categorized the sentence descriptions into 3 distinct terms. So now you've developed an algorithm that can identify when a person is working and what type of work they're doing. So now we go into the most exciting part of the show. This is where your 2 applications battle it out head to head, or as I like to say, bot to bot. No human intervention. They just fight it out. They'll be shown 3 mystery images, and the application that correctly identifies the type of labor in each image will be tonight's winners. Okay? So you having any thoughts about your data? Are you feeling quite confident? Highly optimistic? Likewise, okay. Okay, so let's go into the face-off. So with both teams, Team A and Team B, both quietly confident, we will now show their image recognition applications 3 images. And the team that identifies the correct type of labor in each image correctly will be tonight's winners. And you will take home both teams' jackpot. So a grand total of, I don't even know, like megabucks. Okay? So, are you ready for the face-off, everybody? So let's show image number 1. Okay, interesting. What kind of labor do you think this image is, guys? In your own personal opinion, you know? Photographer, yes. So is it skilled, unskilled, or automated? Skilled. Any of the 3? She's not giving it too much away. We'll see what your application says. What do you guys think about this image? Skilled. Skilled labor, yeah. I mean, he's got a pretty good camera, so he could be doing it for money. So, shall we see what your applications interpret the image as? Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you, Clive. I'm glad someone's with the show. So, Team A, automated labor. That could be right, but I highly doubt it. Team B, unskilled labor. 98.6% confidence. So you're a little bit more confident than Team A. So, I'm not the one to decide what kind of labor is in these images. We have to, of course, ask the professor in digital media. Prof from above, if you can hear us, we have an image of a man taking a photograph with a digital SLR camera and a blue t-shirt. He's kind of sat down next to some bushes. Have you got any idea of what kind of labor is being depicted in this image?
A Flickr user taking great quality pictures and making use of a free service. The financial value created by the Flickr user is not dependent on this worker's skills, but rather through the contribution to the platform. Although some of the photographers may be highly skilled at taking pictures, deleting incorrect tags does not require much skill and may benefit the user in the long run. This is unskilled labor.
Unskilled labor, Team B. Sneaking ahead there. Any thoughts on that? Any comments on the prof's thoughts? No. You agree. He's normally correct about these things. He's got a PhD. Team B, storming straight ahead there. So it's best out of 3. Still all to play for. It's not all over. Let's move on to our second image of the face-off. Oh. So what do we think? Skilled, unskilled, automated? You can't say all 3 again, just so you know. Skilled. Team A think it's skilled. Do you agree with your players, Team A? Okay, good. You're one united team. Team B, what do you think about this one? Very skilled. That's unfortunately not an option, but I'll incorporate it next time. Skilled, very skilled. Yeah, okay. So, let's see what your image recognition applications interpret these images. It's analyzing. Oh! Both say skilled. One is slightly more confident than the other, Team B. All that's left is for me to ask the professor what he thinks this type of work is. Professor, we have an image here of a man with lots of laptops and a mobile phone and many hands. He looks like he's rushing, kind of doing multiple things at the same time. Can you shed any light on what kind of work is being done in this photograph?
This would be the mechanical Turk. Although there is no requirement or standard for working on the Amazon Mechanical Turk marketplace, mechanical Turkers can be awarded qualifications and do become masters at certain tasks. Because the worker is paid so little for their time and labor, great skill is needed to make a basic income in this market, which is why I believe the mechanical Turk uses skilled labor.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, skilled labor. So, at this point in the stage in the game, you're on 1, you're on 2. Yeah. I'm going to give you both a point, even though you were more confident. Let's not brag. Let's not get too confident about the type of labor. So we're going to go into our final mystery image. It's still all to play for, Team A versus Team B. Can we bring up our final mystery image? Okay. An office. Any thoughts on this one, Team A? Skilled, unskilled? Skilled. Skilled again. Automated. Okay. So let's see what your algorithms see. Oh, it's analyzing. It's analyzing. Ooh, both say skilled. Head to head here, guys. 99% confident. I mean, if it is skilled, then you are going to be the winners tonight. But might not be. We might have to play sudden death even more. Prof, we have an image here of an office. Oh yeah, there's some computers, box of tissues on the desk. Can you enlighten us on what kind of labor is being produced in this photograph?
The programmer, although I disagree with the amount that these computer programmers are being paid, they are certainly resourceful and efficient. By utilizing the division of labor, the Flickr developer team can crowdsource the difficult parts of the image recognition application to other lower paid or unskilled workers. This organization of production indicates a high level of resourcefulness, and it is for this reason I am going to identify the Flickr developers as skilled workers.
Team B. Commiserations, Team A. It was just that first image, you thought it was automated labor. Any afterthoughts, any reflections?
How could we be so stupid?
I'm sure the rest of your team are thinking that. Team B, how did you produce such a good algorithm with such bad textual annotations?
I have very, very strong programmers either side of me.
You felt that HIT's brought out the programmer inside of you? Yeah. That's great. We're going to use that as a quote. So, all that's left is for me to give out your prize money. If you'd like to come join me on the stage. And let's have a little photograph. There you go. That's €4.92 you've earned together, which you have to split with the rest of the team, okay? Great. Well played, everybody. Well played. Team B, tonight's winners. But next time, who knows? I hope that you've had a good, enjoyable show. And do join me again for another episode of HITs, where we'll be exploring the meaning of work in the world of automation. Thank you. You've been a lovely audience. Good night.